Yo, what's up, guys? Today we'll be doing a tier list on the Luffy update. We'll be doing the tier list after the Luffy update. So I've tested Luffy. So let's change up our tier list now from the previous time. So I think Brawley will stay the same still. He's still a good full AoE unit, so he's still being a nice to have area category. Pretty much very nice to have. Boo still should be in the should have, just because like I'm pretty sure in a new update there's gonna definitely have a new time stop unit, as well as the Luffy combo does have a Miss Love combo now, but it's a 2 unit combo. I wouldn't like put it much higher, but it's still a sort of a replacement. Like Gojo still kind of exists and it still does just as well, but not. But you need 8, while this is 4. Ultra Goku, I think this is nice to have, but I think it's much higher than I put it last time, because Ultra Goku, it does have a 10 mil nuke, it does have the biggest nuke, but it's more of a solo run unit. You won't be able to use this on if you're playing with a team really. Devil's easy top. He's kind of the best. He does have a unique. There is replacements, but the replacements are kind of shit, such as Ruffy and Miss Love combo. Like that's basically like Devils in 2 units. Like okay, it's like okay. All right, Aizen. I think is still a must-have. His rewind is super good. His the final ability is also really good. His rewind is like 15 seconds, better than like any other replacements you could get for him, which is like only like what 5 seconds, which is not even worth it. Falcon Ascendant. This is very good actually. People say it's not as good as a 6-star. That is true, but it's still pretty good. It's a good slow unit. It's an alternative slow unit, as well as it's pretty high damage. So if you don't want to bring like a if you're doing like Air Infinite and you're like doing like, you want to bring like Ichigo 6 with Orb, you can just bring Falcon. Falcon just like does more damage and like basically does the same thing as Ichigo 6 actually. Humble Swordsman, I think Humble Swordsman is still really good. Humble Swordsman with the Money Leader skill, as well as being the best fire Sunburn unit. There was a Sunburn unit in this update. It does not replace Tanjiro at 1 bit. Yeah. Ichigo Potent was like replaced by Kirito, honestly. Kirito, alien boss, like basically replaced Ichigo. There's no reason to be using Ichigo, honestly. Like the good thing about him was his Air Infinite, but there's like replacements for him now. He costs way too much for how little damage he does. Straight up, he does so little damage compared to like Kirito. Kogen, I think Kogen is better than Ichigo now, because Kogen has air. It can actually hit both air and ground. That's pretty much the only reason why I put Kogen higher than Ichigo. Metal Freezer is still pretty top of the list of should have. The should have category. It can still spawn units. It's pretty solid. I think falls off for like later game players when they have like better units. But yeah, it does fall off. So that's why it's not a must have anymore, and it should have. I mean, it was a should have in my previous tier list as well. Mochi Awaken, I think Mochi Awaken is pretty good. But Mochi Awaken is mostly just used in Infinite mode and Gauntlet, really. Not used a whole lot in story and raids, because of it's much more expensive than BB6. Guts is pretty good, but I'll put Guts below Mochi, because actually I'll put Guts above Mochi actually, because Guts is pretty good as it should have, but not everyone can run it. Only one person can run it at a single time. It is the most highest DPS unit in the game. Very cool, very strong. And Ombre is still the top unit for the must-have. It's very good for almost any content besides Air Infinite. It's good for raid, story, and Infinite. Like straight up, it has a nuke, so like you don't have to bring Mob if you don't want to. It's a weaker nuke than Mob though. Perfect Insect is bad. I think they needed buff Perfect Insect straight up. He's bad. He's bad. Princess Apilupa, I would say is pretty good. 4 AoE early on, with a good ability, which is basically like changes enemies to like normal, besides cloners, and that's pretty much it, cloners. pretty good. Solid damage as well. I think this is only a 4 placement though, but solid damage. Stampede or Mob. I think Stampede and Mob should drop down lower to the nice to have. There's just way better nuker units now these days. I think Mob is gonna continually drop down lower in the tier list. No one's bringing nuke units really. Let's be real. Like especially when you can just bring Ombre instead. Even if it's not as good, it does. Ombre provides more damage outside of a nuke. It's still useful for damage farming, but it's pretty easy to farm damage now these days as well. Vegeta Blue. I think it's right here. It's the only 8 placement full AoE unit in the game. I think. Yeah, only 8 placement full AoE unit in the game for at the last upgrade, which is pretty good. Melodas, Raph. I think Raph is much better now, but it's still like not much better than Tanjiro because Ruffy is a revival category and Raph has a revival but leader buff as well as a gives money buff as well. I think it would combo really well with I think it will combo really well with Ruffy. Just because of it could cut health bars and then like Luffy could like cut the health bars even more. Zaruto, I would say it's around. I think it's better than Stampede at the moment because this is a very good early placement. It's really good for story, especially if you don't have like a good electric unit. It's not much. It's nice to have, honestly. It's nice to have. It's a unit that is nice to have in your team. Sasuke, I would say Sasuke is below Naruto because Sasuke does have replacements. You could just bring Obito or Yami for black fire damage. But I think Sasuke is the best in that category. Deku has multiple buffing alternatives as well as multiple abilities, which would still put him in nice to have category. So I'll put him over Mob. Shigaraki has a useless ability that cuts health bars slowly. Why would you bring this over Melodas? I don't know. Meliodas or whatever. People have been saying I've been pronouncing it wrong, but you know, it's whatever. Star King, I think Star King is really good. I think Star King will be. I don't think Brawley should be this high. I think Brawley will be behind. Yeah, Brawley will be behind Goku and Vegeta. So Star King is really good. High damage, very good. Not that expensive too. People will bring this a lot in a team run, not a leaderboard run. Not a leaderboard run, of course. But like in a team run, if you're just casually playing the game, people will usually bring this unit. It's also pretty easy to get. Alien Boss, I have not seen anyone use like Alien Boss like ever anymore. I'll put him right here just because he's like, I think he costs like 17 mil, like, which is like really expensive for like how mid he is. He has low attack speed, like high damage, high attack speed. My bad, it's high attack speed, low damage. I don't know why we would bring this. Crow F, it's nice to have, but if you have Ombre, you're not bringing this like ever. I would say it's like right around here. Yeah, it's right around there. Alright, so Ruffy. So here's the man of the hour, Ruffy. I think Ruffy should be in the should have category. I think it should be definitely not above Guts, but I think it's around here. Ruffy is a should have. He has a really good liberation ability, but it doesn't stack with Devils really. So if someone brings Devils, you're not using the liberation ability. But it does have a second ability, which is Fifth Form Gun. Really strong, could stack really well with Raph. Basically, you could just use Raph, use Ruffy, and then use Ombre if you're like running those 3 units together. But that's if you're using those 3 units together. But yeah, it's a really good combo, I think, like Raph and Ruffy. I'll definitely be testing that out in the future. So yeah, this is pretty much my tier list, guys. Thank you all for watching. I'll be back next time with more tier lists and all-star tower defense. In the meantime, have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.